Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hello, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to something I do fairly infrequently is create hypnosis sessions based on song lyrics. And the song that I'm taking inspiration in terms of the lyrics and the theme for this particular hypnosis session is a song called Sunscreen by Baz Luhrrmann. Must be over 25 years old. And I reheard this song, when was it? I was driving and it just kind of came on and it was like a blast from the past. And I remember thinking, there's actually lots of really useful pragmatic, practical kind of life lessons in this particular song. And whenever I hear the song, I think, oh yeah, I should do more of that. But it kind of works more at the kind of intellectual, kind of list of things to do rather than changing actually how you think. So I thought, why not take some of these lyrics, some of these concepts about how to think of yourself and almost taking the pressure off yourself and loving yourself and things like that, and turn it into a hypnosis session. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in a feeling of resourceful relaxation, and as you exhale, just get a sense that tension, stress, any worries are leaving your body in your outward breath. That's right. So much so that with each and every breath, feel yourself going deeper and deeper, relaxed. Now, that's it. On the next inward breath in, feel that resourceful relaxation, and as you exhale, if it's safe to do so, allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, notice that you can give more of your attention, more of your focus to the sound of my words. I want you to imagine and really harness the power of your imagination to imagine what it would be like to go back in time and imagine it's the last day of high school, of secondary school. Maybe you're 16, 17 years old, maybe 18, and you're about to leave school before entering the world of adulthood, and maybe you can remember your school. And I want you to remember perhaps a hall, maybe where teachers would give talks or presentations would take place. Maybe you can imagine sitting on one of those cheap plastic chairs as you're looking up at that stage or platform. And I want you to imagine what looks to be a guest is there to provide some kind of speech for your last day at school. And I want you to get this sense that this person going to that stage is wise. Perhaps you can imagine them walking to some kind of microphone, perhaps, or lectern, and you get the sense that they're about to give a speech. But surprisingly, their advice is to wear sunscreen. The logic being that if they could offer you one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. Because the long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of this person's advice has no basis and is no more reliable than their own meandering experience. And they let you know that they're going to dispense this advice now. Imagine you're there on that plastic school seat, breathing in and breathing out, feeling deeper and deeper relaxed as this wise person on a stage is sharing their advice. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they've faded. But trust me, in 20 years, you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way that you can't grasp now just how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. You're not as fat as you imagine. And as you hear these words, I want you to recall that when you think of yourself, maybe 20 years ago, as to how much of that is true. Did you make the most of your youth? Did you look in the mirror and realize just how beautiful you were back then? And if you didn't, entertain the possibility that right now you're also not enjoying the power and beauty of your youth now. Because yet again, in another 20 years, maybe you'll wish you're the age you are right now. Tap into that feeling that right now is the youngest you'll ever be. Yes, it's true you've been younger before, but right now is the youngest you can ever be, because being is in the present. A week from now, you will be older. A year from now, you will be even older, and therefore, right now is the youngest, most youthful that you will ever be. You look up at that wise person delivering the speech. Don't worry about the future, or worry, but know that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubblegum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never crossed your worried mind. The kind that blindsides you at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday. Do one thing every day that scares you, and start to think about what scares you today. What one thing can you do today that creates some kind of fear or anxiety response, and realize that when you seek out the very things that scare you, quickly you realize that fear is an illusion, a mirage, and whenever you get close to it, fear gets further away. And that action is a candle to the shadows of fear. And whenever you take action, the fear disappears. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts. And don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Imagine looking at yourself in a bathroom mirror as you hear the word floss, and then see yourself flossing, realizing it's just one thing you can do to ensure healthier and more hygienic. I want you to get a sense that it doesn't make sense to waste your time on jealousy. As you think of other people that maybe you've been jealous of, I wonder what would happen if you changed the word jealousy for inspired. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself. Remember compliments you receive. Forget the insults. And if you succeed in doing this, tell me how. Keep your old love letters and throw away your old bank statements. And then imagine yourself perhaps in a lounge or a gym, and imagine you're stretching. And the more you stretch, the more youthful you can feel for longer. Imagine you're back in that assembly room looking up at the stage as you hear the words, "Don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life." The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. And some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't. Get plenty of calcium. Be kind to your knees. You'll miss them when they're gone. And entertain a thought of you being maybe 80, 90, 100 years old, where your knees don't work anymore. At least as not as they used to. Maybe you need a wheelchair, or maybe you needed surgery to replace them. And then find yourself back in the present with a real appreciation of your body as it is now. And remind yourself to be kind to your knees. Maybe you'll marry, and maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, and maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40, and maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. But whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much, or berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance, so are everybody else's. Enjoy your body. Use it every way you can. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Dance, even if you have nowhere to do it but your own living room. Read the directions, even if you don't follow them. Do not read beauty magazines. They will only make you feel ugly. As you imagine sitting there, being of that school-leaving age, make a picture of your parents in your mind's eye as they were back then. As you hear those words, imagining that you're just 17 or 18 years old, get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. And if they have gone already, tap into those positive memories you had with them. And if they're still around, make a decision now to get to know your parents. Even if you feel like you know them already, make a decision to get them to know them even more. Be nice to your siblings. They're your best link to your past and the people most likely to stick with you in the future. Understand that friends come and go, but a precious few who should hold on. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle, for as the older you get, the more you need the people you knew when you were young. Live in New York City once, but leave before it makes you hard. Live in Northern California once, but leave before it makes you soft. Travel. Make a picture in your mind of those places that you really want to travel to. There are people there with a bucket list of places that they will never visit. Make yourself the exception. Book those flights. Go on those journeys. Make the most of those long weekends and extended breaks, and go to new places. Decide right now on one place that you will travel to, and decide what you need to do to go there, who you want to go there with. Set that intention and just trust that your unconscious will manifest that reality. Accept certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise, politicians will philander, and you too will get old. And when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. Respect your elders. Don't expect anyone else to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund, and maybe you'll have a wealthy spouse. But you never know when either one might run out. Don't mess too much with your hair, or by the time you're 40, it will look 85. Be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth. But trust me on the sunscreen. And then find yourself no longer in that school, in that assembly room. Find yourself back in the present, listening to my voice. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose, and very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling grateful for being whatever age you are right now, being grateful for all the good things you have, but also having a hunger to make the most of this life that you have been given. All of this is just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams, and very soon you will awaken, but you will awaken feeling positive, resourceful, and optimistic for the future. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.